Hi! The reason why I'm laughing is I spent so long trying to fix my hair that it looks like I've been dragged through the bush that I'm about to talk about. It's crazy. Ah dear. Anyway, so we didn't have hair and makeup on hand, so I was just trying to think here. It was supposed to be the sophisticated look in the garden. Anyway, so thank you for joining me today. What I'm going to be talking about is some of the projects that I have been working on. It's quite exciting actually, because what it does is it takes the things that I'm growing out here in the garden and it utilizes them in a creative way, hence the creative garden. I'm just trying to see where best to stand. See my makeshift prevent cold from jumping over the fence thing here. Anyway, but that's for another time. So I want to talk about the it's like a tree. It is a tree behind me here. This one here. It's I'll put up its official name. I call it the orange blossom tree because it smells very similar to the orange blossom tree that I used to have in my garden, and it used to have it has white flowers on it, and it does actually grow quite quickly. But this is not the same one, but it must be the similar family, because when you crush the leaves you get a kind of like an orangey aroma, and when you break the branches as well you get that same aroma, but the flowers are different. So let me just show you quickly and I'll show you what I've been doing with the wood. Let's go. Okay, so this is it. It's been here a while and it's kind of just growing quite wildly. I've never seen a tree have all these kind of like branches that radiate out. I guess it's trying to get more sunlight. But this is actually quite good for me because I tested out the branches because I wanted to find ways in which I could use the branches in a creative way. And I started making these things that I call sculptural looms, and I needed some wood, so I've been using the moringa tree, which is a soft wood and it's easy to manipulate. And just by chance I had cut a piece of this. It's also got the mahogany. It's kind of growing around the mahogany, as you can see up there, which is probably due for another trim. Anyway, so and the wood is so lovely. It's a hardwood, but when you take branches that are, I guess the size that I took initially was about this size, and it's dried really lovely. It's got a beautiful sheen. You don't actually have to do anything to it. I've just varnished it, that's all, and it gives you a really nice finish. And for my sculptural looms, they're actually becoming even better than I had envisioned for them. So what I then realized, and that was just today actually, that these are going to grow thicker. So if I leave them, they'll just grow like that and grow like this. And what I actually want is branches about that size and to be as straight as possible. Unlike, say, this one, it's got like, you know, quite a few bends. I want kind of like 4 foot length. And so for some of them, I'm going to be able to get that length when I do, and that one there that's going up. And yeah, so I was just like, oh my goodness, this is my favorite wood. That particular piece that's been cut there, that's from the mahogany tree, and it's quite a big, there's 2 bits that fell. Yeah, I was surprised. I hadn't imagined, I hadn't thought about using this wood. I'd been using the mahogany. The mahogany's very hard. I don't have the equipment to cut it, and again, if you're on a budget, you have to work with what you have got. I did try and use a handsaw, but it wasn't working. And then the moringa was just like perfect because it's soft. It's, you know, you can work with it quite easily when it dries. And the only thing is the middle bit, you have to make sure that you either put something in there or seal it off, because you don't want anything crawling in it. So I'm going to just show you some of the branches I've cut off, and I'll show you what it looks like dried. And we're back in the studio. So these are some bits that I cut, and I'm just trying to see if you can. So it's a hardwood, and it's so smooth, unlike the moringa, where you have you get the ridges on the wood, which is fine. This is another one from the same tree, and I've done some wood burning in it, and then I've just varnished it, and as you can see, it's got a really nice finish. So for my sculptural looms, it's going to be really cool. I've got this long one. I've got a wall hanger, coal there. That's about 4 foot. And, oops. I'll show you the back of this one because it's not finished yet. But this is the kind of thing that I've been doing, and some other things. So it holds them quite well, and it's going to look really pretty. So we're going to go. Okay, so this is what I've cut off the tree today, and I want to strip the bark and then dry them out. It will take a few days to dry out. For the bigger pieces, it will probably take about a week. So I'm just preparing as many as possible. So that's it. And so I've got a variety of different sizes. And this is my ultimate size, the preferred size. As I said, you know, it gives you, it's quite solid as well. And they'll be quite sturdy, depending on what you're going to do with them. And for wall hangings, it's really good as well, quite solid. There we go, that one's a bit older. But yeah, I've just started stripping away. It's very thin, the bark on these. But then you get a really nice wood. And it kind of changes as it gets dry, which is amazing. Just amazing to see anyway. But you're not going to get to see that today. Basically, it's like if you've ever seen a persimmon, when it gets riper, the kind of sugars come to the surface. So this is similar to what this does. At the moment, it's kind of matte, but as it dries, it's going to get denser, and it will develop a natural sheen to it. And it will have kind of like very, very fine speckles on it, but it's not like, it doesn't look like there's something wrong with it or there's spots in it. It just looks like it's just a sheen, basically, like it had glitter in it. That's when I first saw it, that's what it reminded me of. Anyway, so I hope that you have found that useful. Look around your garden space to see what creative activities you can do with what you have in your garden. Okay, take care for now, and I shall see you soon. Here we go. So here's the finished wood branches where I've peeled off all the bark, and here's the bark here. And something said to me, what ran through my mind, because you're still getting the orange smell, so there must be like some sort of oils in there, and who knows, there may be thyme oil or linalool, and they're the kind of oils that are used for pests. So what I'm going to do is boil them down and use the water and spray on my lemon tree is having some real problems. I'm not sure whether it's the locusts. I've seen quite a few and some babies in the garden, and that's something I really need to get on top of, because they can just decimate the garden. I usually only see one or two, but some of the leaves, even the neem leaves, my neem trees, whatever it is has been eating the leaves, and that's not supposed to happen. Anyway, so I'm going to boil this down, and again, another creative activity, and I'm interested to also see what happens to the bark after I've boiled it down. It's still very strong smell, but might be able to use it in some sort of like a collage, a natural collage, or whatever. A small weave-in, who knows? I'm going to try. Okay, anyway, so take care for now, and I hope that you've enjoyed it. Please do like and subscribe, and come back and see what else I'm getting up to in the garden. Take care for now.